80, 30% chance tonight, low 65. Partly cloudy, 80 tomorrow. For Saturday, mostly sunny, high 75. And for Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 80. Overnight low 69, yesterday's high 89. 3.59 inches of rainfall overnight. Currently humidity at 100%. Winds from the south-southwest at 4 miles an hour. Humidity, or rather pressure, at 29.98. Overcast, 69 right now at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Boil water order in effect until further notice for West Main in Fairfield from the Wayne County Fairgrounds to Ron's Body Shop. Also, there's flooding at Safe Haven, so there's no classes today. And the Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen is going to be closed today. That's because of flooding from the rainfall last night as well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Bruce Reeves is here. Of course, Mark Turner, Mike Dreeth. Man, did we have a storm last night.
Man.
I ran out here when the warning hit. I was here for about an hour. The station went down 3 times.
That was the most intense barrage of thunder that I think I've ever heard. It went on for a good hour.
Went on for a long time.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't just, you'd see some lightning, you hear just a little, thunder in the background. It was big and loud.
Yeah, big and loud.
3 inches in about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
That,
3.5 inches.
Yeah, I mean that's impossible to be able to route. And we had lots of places. I was trying to get back home close to midnight, and there were police officers keeping people away from the railroad tracks on the South Highway, South First. There was water coming over Johnson Creek at Maple Hill. We had received warnings about Northwest 7th and Main Street, Johnson Street. And there's still, as you just mentioned, there's some places that are not in business today because of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an interesting night. We also had other news. Congratulations to John Reynolds on his new job, taking up the second Edward Jones slot in Fairfield. John's a native and went to school at the University of Evansville and got his degree, and then went to work at FMB, which would be a great place to start, wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
They're in the financial game.
Yeah, FMB's a good place to work and a good place to start, especially, yeah.
But this is a pretty sweet deal. I mean, this guy's young.
Yeah.
He's taking over a pretty Edward Jones is a pretty accomplished, and it's based in St. Louis, so you're very close to the home base.
Yep. Yeah.
Very accomplished company. So congratulations to John. And also kind of a mystery in the tragedy that we had to report on this morning down at the river. A mystery in that the pieces don't seem to add up, for me at least.
Yeah.
I mean, a car's near the bridge. Fisherman sees it on Tuesday, windows down, unlocked, sees it again on Wednesday. That's when he alertly calls the authorities, and they alertly call the Fairfield Rural Fire Department that puts a boat in. Unfortunately fines 69-year-old Buddy Draper of Fairfield. And sheriff, and I talked to both the sheriff as well as the coroner, and both of them were quick to say that they had no sense of foul play in the whole thing. So you have to wonder what happened there.
Nothing seems fishy. And
no
pun intended.
No,
I'm not trying to make light of the situation, but
no.
It doesn't seem to be, any fishy things going on.
No, I don't know that they have an idea. They'll do an autopsy to be able to see, determine the cause of death. That's where fishermen launch. There's a shallow area right there.
On the north side there, that's where they put their boats in the river.
So, there was no hint of a boat downriver or anything like that. So you don't know that was what happened. That maybe it wasn't that deep yesterday, Bruce.
No, couldn't have been. No, it could only
before the rain came.
About 5 or 6 feet would have been the stage, I'm sure.
So you can drown in much less.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all the news. It's been an intense about 12 hours of news.
It has been a busy 12 hours.
Quite honestly. Bruce, how you been?
I've been well, doing well.
You look good.
Thank you.
Wife doing well?
She looks good and feels good. She's where the rest of us ought to be. She doesn't have an appetite.
I wish
that was for you.
I wish maybe I could have a little of that. I've got a partner over here that every day relishes talking about going out the night before and getting things like cheeseburger wraps at the Elks Club.
Did you not ask me to describe the cheeseburger?
I
wrap
heard.
to
Yeah,
you
he asked you
He
yesterday.
asked me about
Tell
that.
me about that. What is that?
Let me.
Speaking of
Hey, Mark, hold on a
speaking
second.
of what- guess what I had
Let me
yesterday?
smell. Let me smell your hands.
Guess what I had yesterday?
What did you have yesterday?
John's Butcher
Oh.
Block.
You're killing me, man. What did you have?
Roast beef and Swiss
Woo, nice.
with some lettuce and spicy.
Let me tell you
mustard.
something. I've got to be at Rotary today. It'll be like a Matt Kinney or a Big Boy lunch. I got to have 8 inches.
Just
8
not any
ounces.
bigger, not any bigger than the palm of your hand.
8 ounces.
anything.
That's right. 8 ounces of meat and some greens. That's it, baby.
Mike's wishing he had great big hands right now.
Yeah.
For
For a lot of reasons.
Why can't I have Wilt Chamberlain hands?
Yeah.
How would you like to live that life, huh? Oh, Wilt. Wilt the stilt. In my hand, the bucket of bunk.
We want the bunk. Give us the bunk.
Good morning to you, and thank you for being a part of Morning Coffee. Birthdays today, H. Norman Schwarzkopf.
Stormin'
Desert Storm.
Norman.
Yeah. He's not with us anymore. He left in 2012. 4-star general.
Yeah.
78 years old when he passed away. He led all coalition forces in the Gulf War. That was 750,000 troops.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And 4 stars is the highest rank you can achieve anymore.
You can't
They did
get any
away with
higher.
the
And
5
if
stars
I'm
at-
not mistaken, the coalition of countries that came together for that war wasn't it the biggest
yes.
that had ever been assembled?
Yes, it sure was.
Give
Yeah.
George H.W. Bush credit for that. He put
Yeah.
it together. He really did.
Yeah.
He had 3 Silver Stars, 2 Purple Hearts. Served in Vietnam as well. He also led the invasion of Grenada. Remember that in 1983?
Yep,
They
83.
Went in and got those
College
doctoral
kids.
students. Yeah. Died of complications of pneumonia. He was a member of the. He was a member of Mensa.
Really, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, for
That's-
those of you that don't know, that is like
That's
you
the
have.
that's the Brainiac Club.
That's the brainy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You've really got to be high on the IQ chart to be in Mensa.
I've never seen it from where I am. Let's
Heck,
put it
I
that
don't
way.
even know how to spell Mensa.
I'm going to give you 4 letters, so you take it from there. Okay. He
I
was
may
six,
still get it wrong.
he was 6'3", 240 pounds. He played line for Army.
Yeah, I can believe it.
He was a big man.
Yeah, he was.
Stormin' Norman was born on this date in 1934. Carl Yastrzemski, born in 1939.
Center fielder
Center fielder.
Yes.
for the Red
The
Sox.
yes, for
That's
the Red
right.
Sox.
They
And
That's
then
Right.
later in years, he moved to right.
To
didn't he?
right field,
Right
yeah.
field, yeah.
Hall of Famer. Went in 1986 with the Boston Red Sox his entire career. 1961 to 1983. He was an 18-time All-Star. He had 3,418 hits and 452 home runs. Pretty
That-
impressive.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have a nephew that's playing in
He-
the majors?
I think
had
he
a-
is. I
He has
think-
he had a son and a grandson that were both drafted, played pro ball, but didn't make it to. But I don't know about the nephew, quite honestly.
I thought there was the Yastrzemski playing I don't know who's
I don't know. That's,
playing for another team.
He won the Triple Crown in 1967. You remember that year? It was him and Jim Lonborg, and everybody thought that they would just absolutely crush the Cardinals. It went 7 games, and Gibson was the difference.
he pitched,
Yes.
what, 3-4 complete games?
He
in that?
pitched 3 complete games.
Yeah.
Valerie Harper is 79. She's still with us. And she's 79. And let me tell you something. Somebody that stands and has fought face-to-face against cancer. Valerie Harper was first diagnosed with lung cancer back in 2009. She was given 3 months to live, and she has battled now for 10 years cancer. Once a dancer on Broadway, best remembered as Rhoda Morgenstern,
Yep.
if you remember, on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. She also had a spinoff called Rhoda that was on in the 70s. Winner of 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. 2 husbands, 1 kid, well, at a time, 1 husband at a time. She had 2
Yeah.
overall.
Right.
They'd say the same thing about me. I didn't have husbands. 70 Yeah, now let's be clear here. Cindy Williams is 72 today.
Shirley
That's right.
from Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Shirley Feeney. She was in that role from 1976 to 1982.
Didn't do much after that
No,
or before.
after
well,
Laverne and Shirley.
she was in American.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti.
You got
They
it.
were on. It's a spinoff from Happy Days.
Yeah, that's true.
American Graffiti in 1973, and then she made the mistake of being a part of something called More American Graffiti in 1979. I don't think I remember that one.
I don't remember that one at all.
I remember the first one, not the second one. 2 kids, married one time. Her husband is Bill Hudson of the Hudson Brothers.
Okay.
You remember
Yeah,
them? I think another one of those brothers married Goldie Hawn, if I'm not mistaken. That's the father of Goldie Hawn's movie star daughter.
Right.
I forget her name. August 22nd, 1775, the American colonies proclaimed to be a state of open rebellion by England's king. We were getting mad about
Yeah.
that time. 1846, the U.S. annexed New Mexico. 1865, a patent for liquid soap was issued to William Shepard. Isn't that good to know?
Yeah.
Liquid soap.
Uh-huh.
1902.
Would have made it a lot easier when I was younger.
To have
Yeah.
liquid soap?
Yeah.
Well, this
Yeah.
this
'Cause,
patent
you know-
came down in 1865 at the end of the Civil War. Why didn't you get a little liquid soap?
Because when I got in trouble, they didn't want me to drink soap. They wanted me to eat soap.
Yeah,
Gargle this. 1902, Teddy Roosevelt, the first American president to ride in a car.
Okay.
1906, the Victor Talking Machine Company of Camden, New Jersey, began to manufacture the Victrola.
Victrola.
I think I have one. We have one at the house. Yeah.
My wife's
Can you still
kids
buy
got
records
her.
for those?
No, I've got lots of old 78s.
My wife's kids got her a turntable 2 years ago for Christmas. The grandkids had no idea what it was or how it worked.
You know, I had a situation the other day. Grandson saw a phone with a long phone cord. He didn't know what the phone cord was. He goes, "What's that?"
Yeah, sure.
Rotary
Hey,
phone.
if
I
we
grew up
would
with a
go
rotary
back
phone.
to rotary phones and standard transmissions, 3 on the tree, be a lot safer driving around.
Yeah.
How many people don't ever learn how to use a standard transmission? They don't. They don't have to.
They don't. Yeah, they
A lot
don't
of
have
a lot
to
of
anymore.
school districts anymore don't even teach that in driver's ed.
No.
This date in 1938, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers appeared on the cover of Life magazine. 1984, the last Volkswagen Rabbit rolled off the assembly line in New Stanton, Pennsylvania.
Thank goodness. That wasn't a very good car.
Imagine if you had one now in good shape, it'd be worth something. 1989.
I don't think very much.
Not very
No,
much.
that's so?
Nobody'd want one.
No,
It's like those minivans. They
Oh,
just made
yeah.
they made a blue million of them. You know, there were Volkswagen Rabbits.
those were huge in the late 80s.
You know, yeah.
1989, Nolan Ryan became the first major league pitcher to strike out 5,000 batters. I think he did it without juice, too.
Yeah, he also walked about
I
3,000
was going to
too,
say
didn't
he
he?
walked about that many, but hey,
I tell you what happened though
You
is when
couldn't hit him.
when you got into the batter's box, you didn't know if it was going to go in your ear or not.
that's right.
It's hard to hit.
Yeah.
Especially-
You didn't dig in against him.
Music history: Count Basie on this date in 1938 recorded "Jumpin' at the Woodside." He had a lot of jumping
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
1956, Elvis began work on his first movie, Love Me Tender. The original title of that was The Reno Brothers. I guess somebody got it and rewrote it.
The Reno brothers.
Yes, that's what it says. 1964, Martha and the Vandellas, "Dancing in the Streets" released. That got recut by a number of people.
Recut and
Recut,
Several
covered,
times, yeah.
recut, yeah.
64, The Supremes, "Where Did Our Love Go?" hit number 1 on the Billboard Top 100. 64, Liberty Records reported the album The Chipmunks Sing the Beatles, selling 25,000 copies a day.
really. I've never heard of that album. But maybe Tom has.
Wow.
Chipmunks Sing the Beatles.
We might during a break. We might have to find that.
Oh, I think
All right.
so.
Okay.
Hey, Tom. You ever heard of the album The Chipmunks Sing the Beatles?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
That was definitive. In 1968, Cynthia Powell Lennon sued John Lennon for divorce on the grounds of adultery. I find that hard to believe. 1970, Derek and the Dominoes began work on their first and only audio album, Layla and Other Associated Love Songs. And in 1997, Mark Wills made his debut on the Grand Ole Opry stage, performed his song, Jacob's Ladder. Question of the day. Bruce, we're gonna see what you think about this. Question of the day was, Cardinal Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith says baseball is, quote, going in the wrong direction, end of quote. Do you agree? I have the results, and I have some information about that. After we take this break, you're listening to Morning Coffee on 104.9 WFIW.
All right, chipmunks, got your hair on straight? Sing it out, boys, this is gonna be great.
Chipmunks Sing the Beatles.
1, 2,
I got to get that.
Get the whole family ready to step into that famous back-to-school feeling with Famous Footwear's buy one, get one half off sale going on now. That's one pair of checkered Vans for him and half off Adidas for her. Fresh new Timberlands for her and half off new boots for you. Shop top brands that'll make your family feel like they're on top of the world. Famous Footwear, because everyone deserves to feel a little famous. Buy one item, get a second item of equal or lesser value for half price. Some exclusions apply.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Hi, this is Heidi Atterbury with People's National Bank. Are you interested in reducing fraud and monitoring your spending anytime, anywhere? Would you like to get an alert when purchases are made or cash is withdrawn on your account? People's National Bank, powered by Visa, can help by customizing real-time text and email alerts to fit your needs. Register your Visa card at peoplesnationalbank.com or stop by your local branch today. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
On Saturday, August 24th, Rock Auction will have a real estate auction for Frank Dorney at 4854 Parkersburg Lane in Parkersburg. This 3-bedroom, 1-bath home has a screened-in front porch and full basement, sits on more than 9 acres. Personal property will also be available. Appliances, kitchenware, shop, lawn and garden items will be up for bid. A 2007 Z71 Chevy Silverado extended cab pickup with 147,000 miles and a 1998 Jeep Cherokee. For more information and photos, visit rothrockauction.com. Rothrock Auction in charge.
WFIW 104.9 and WOKZ 105.9 is again your home for area high school football this year. Catch all the Mules action on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com starting August 30th as the Mules host Cesar-Valier. Edwards County is on the road to start the season on the 30th. They'll be at Chester. You can hear the broadcast of the Lions games on WOKZ 105.9 and Network1Sports.com.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Ronald Reagan became the first president to have his inauguration inside?
We stand again at the steps of this symbol of our democracy, or we would have been standing at the steps if it hadn't gotten so cold. Now we're standing inside this symbol of our democracy.
Phil Donahue hosted his first TV show from New York. Jackie Gleason released 75 lost episodes of The Honeymooners. Joe Montana led the 49ers past the Dolphins in Super Bowl 19. Lou Brock and Hoyt Wilhelm were voted into Cooperstown. And here's what the radio sounded like.
Careless whispers, foolish hearts, nothing but modern love. Come to your heart. Be your lover, lover boy. I won't stop for you. The old man down the road, the heat is on. Doing a good time dance.
Think you got it? Well, hold on. The answer and just a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.69 a pound. 5-pound ground beef chub, $8.95. Taylor Farms coleslaw or garden salad, $1.49. An 8-count fluffy hamburger or hot dog buns, 89 cents. Price is good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store on West Main Street in Fairfield. Give them a like on Facebook.
January 1985. I wanna know what love is.
Foreigner and I Want to Know What Love Is, the top song of January 1985. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Tucker Hallam Insurance, Wayne City, specializes in families. From auto accidents to home disasters to that very memorable first day of college, you'll have peace of mind with insurance from your Pekin Insurance Agency, putting you and your family first with insurance coverage for your home, auto, life, health, or business, and at competitive rates that will fit your individual needs. Call your Pekin Insurance Agency, Tucker Hallam Insurance today, going beyond the expected.
And it's time for Question of the Day on Morning Coffee.
It is. By the way, David Savage says that Yaz's grandson plays for the Giants. And I had another thing I was going to mention before I get into the question, that I got some static from people about my Yard of the Month, bringing that back idea. I don't contend that's going to solve the problem. I mean, the people that have messed up yards are not going to compete for Yard of the Month.
They're not going to all of a sudden go, hey, I'm going to get that sign in my yard. I'm cleaning things up.
No, they're not. I guarantee it. That's not going to happen.
No.
But it might be a small step in the right direction. That's all I was trying to say. Yeah. All right, the question of the day, Cardinal Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith says baseball is, quote, going in the wrong direction. Do you agree? Now, I'm just going to say this. My wife loves Ozzie Smith, so if he said the apocalypse is tomorrow, she would agree. I'm just saying. Okay. Before we give the answer, what do you think?
I agree.
You think it's gone the wrong direction?
I think it's going. It's not. Baseball's not fun to watch anymore.
Oh,
Nobody's playing baseball anymore. Hardly.
No.
You never drive around and you're at a park or something. You see a bunch of kids playing ball anymore. No. You don't see that.
Well, let's keep it contained at the moment to the changes in the major league.
Well, in the major leagues, everybody's trying to hit a home run.
And all they're doing is either hitting a home run or striking out.
Nobody bunts.
Ozzy's right, according to Tom.
Right.
Nobody knows how to bunt.
Oh, is that Jeremy? No.
And look at when Carpenter comes up. Carpenter comes up to bat for the Cardinals. They move everybody to the right side of the infield, and he still tries to hit the ball through him. If he'd lay down a bunt down the third base line, he could get a double or a triple almost every time.
Bruce, it's maddening, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you think
is.
he's a major leaguer, you think he could butt it down the third base line.
And nobody tries to steal anymore.
No.
Very few.
It was fun when Ricky Henderson or
Vince Coleman.
Vince Coleman were stealing bases.
Well, I think the last one that stole bases on a regular, D. Gordon.
Yeah,
right.
He did that, and now he's getting to the age now in his career where he's
slower.
Billy Hamilton from the Reds.
Billy Hamilton.
Yeah.
But anyway, the long and short of this is all these changes. The shift. Everybody talking about launch angle and speed of the ball leaving the bat.
Leaving the bat. Yeah, that's That's not baseball.
No, and some of these guys are striking out more in a season than Musial did in his career, quite honestly.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So anyway, everybody agrees with Ozzy, or the vast majority. We had over 1,300 people saw this poll. There were almost 150 responses, 117 yes, 23 no. So decidedly, they're with the Wizard of Oz.
I don't think you'll see anybody in the 3,000 hit club for a long, long time. With the way
Well, look at the changes in pitching. Who's going to get the 300 wins?
Yeah.
nobody.
They don't get enough starts anymore.
Are we gonna move the pitcher's mound like they did in '60s?
What-
You know, are we going to reverse that from
Bob
68
Gibson
and
I'd like to
brought
see
it
him.
down?
I'd like to see him bring it back up.
I would
raise
too.
it. That would change. Yeah.
That would change
Yeah.
things. Zach says, honestly, I miss the 90s when Bonds, Sosa, and McGuire were in the home run race.
And you know what? Yes, they were in the home run race, but you know what? Each one of those guys, they were more than happy to take a single or a
They'd take
double
a
if
single.
they could not get a home run.
Yeah, yeah. If there was somebody on base that needed to be moved over, they would sacrifice.
Here's a familiar name, Carol Mayfield Dreeth agreeing with Ozzy. There's a shock. There's a stunning turn of events. And Mary Musgrave agreeing with Carol. So we got people that are piling on and helping out the Wizard of Oz. Mark also said, it's all homer or strikeout. Hardly any stealing, bunts, suicide bunts, moving people over, etc. I agree.
Yeah, they don't play, and if you watch them field, they're all trying to get a highlight reel with the way they field the ball and make the throw to first base.
I got one word for you. Ole. That's what it looks like when they're trying to ole.
You know the other thing last night?
They're getting out of the way of the bull
I
charge.
was watching the game last night, and there's a completely different definition of scoring in baseball. If a ball came and you got your glove on it in the past, that and somebody got on base, that was an error.
That was an error.
Yeah,
not
they
anymore.
don't, no, I know.
That's a hard play. They're going to give him a hit. I find it amazing, and I don't like the shifts. But you'd think that you would exploit the other team making the shift.
Well, you know, we live in an era where everybody gets a trophy.
And that's
There you go. That's
Our second, the St. Louis second baseman's figured it out. He's going the other way when they put the shift on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's
Colton Wong. You're
Colton Wong.
referring
Yes.
to.
I'm sorry. I sound like Mike Shannon now. Ours our second baseman. I don't know what his name is.
How old is Shannon?
80. 80 straight up. Yeah. Yeah,
He looks like he's 180.
Well,
he's had a hard life.
It's
and
not
I
the,
understand.
It's not the years, it's the miles.
And I understand professional athletes, that takes a toll on you. I mean, it does.
Yeah.
But
Bush products take a toll on you, my friend. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Well, I got some interesting stories. Do you remember when Lisa Konopasek was here and she gave me a vial of sand from Normandy? Do you remember that?
No,
you don't
I
remember
don't,
that?
No, I don't remember that. No.
I don't remember
Well,
that
you were
either.
sitting right there.
You still got it?
Yes, on my desk.
I was going to say, have you lost it?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. The point was her dad landed on Normandy during D-Day.
Yep.
And she and Tom went over and visited Normandy just to see what it was like, you know. I mean, 60 years after. And she was nice enough to bring a small little bottle with the sand.
From Normandy.
From Normandy. Here's a story that's interesting. This is from Italy. We all come home from the beach with a little bit of sand in our sandals, but not a couple from France. They're in trouble for sifting more than their share of sand. Police say the two are facing jail time, accused of trying to steal 90 pounds of sand from a beach in Sardinia, Italy.
90 pounds?
What are they going to do with it? Did it say what they're going to do with it?
The couple
Fill
claims.
a sandbag or two? I don't know.
Yeah.
Put it in the back of their truck when it snows? What? You know?
God.
Couple claims they didn't know that taking sand was a crime.
I thought you were going to say they didn't know it was sand.
5
They're
gallon
saying, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
90 pounds?
5 gallon bucket might not be a crime, but 90 pounds, I would think they'd notice that real quick.
A couple claims they didn't know that it was a crime. That is despite the fact that there are signs up and down the beach in multiple languages letting people know that the sand has to stay on the beach.
And where are you going to hide it when you're trying to go through customs at the airport?
I don't know.
I mean, you always hear about, drug smugglers.
Did
where
you
they
know that
put
sand
stuff. Do they
stealing?
do the sand there too?
Sand stealing can result in up to 6 years in prison in Italy.
Wow.
Can mean fines of up to $3,300.
That must be some pretty fine sand, let me tell you.
What would you want it for?
Sandbags to put in the back of your truck in the wintertime. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I got plenty of weights that I don't lift that I could pack.
Maybe they were building a brick patio out back and they needed some sand and didn't want to go to, Kincaid's or something to get it.
Here's one. We were talking baseball. This is kind of embarrassing. The Major League Baseball officials are warning players about the risk of using over-the-counter
supplements,
sexual enhancement
drugs
containing banned substances.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Do you think we'll ever see electronic balls and strikes called in the Major League?
I'd like to see it, the consistency of it. You wouldn't, right?
It's not baseball.
It's
not
right.
baseball.
It's not baseball.
It's
You're
probably
right.
going to happen. They're doing it in the minor leagues.
They are, but
then the umpire's got an earpiece in, and he can overrule the call.
Yeah. So
But-
what's the point?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that just adds another $10 to your ticket.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, back to the sexual enhancement drugs.
Okay.
Okay, which one?
Well, Frank Thomas from the White Sox does that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Big Hurt.
The Big
That's
Hurt.
right.
That's
The Big
right.
Hurt's
Hey guys,
He's making a fortune. He's making a fortune.
Try the new Genix, cause
Yeah.
it'll help you out in the gym and in the bedroom.
She'll like it too. The memo obtained by ESPN warns the products are, quote, often contaminated with prohibited and unsafe ingredients, end of quote. That could lead to players facing disciplinary action, or even if they inadvertently consumed banned substance, they could be kicked out of baseball. Memo comes after at least 2 players suspended this year for using performance-enhancing drugs tested positive for banned substances that came from unregulated drugs.
Now,
really,
when you say performance-enhancing drugs, you're not talking about performance on the field.
Well, I think we're finding that there's one definition for both of these matters. Quite honestly,
okay.
There's obviously got to be an element of testosterone that's a part of these
sure, there
pills,
have to
right?
be, yeah.
And that's the reason why.
That's a banned substance.
Exactly. And that's the reason why it's used in those kinds of drugs. And that's the reason why they banned it from Major League Baseball. More testosterone means more strength, more ability to be able to hit the ball further. So anyway, they say that...
so what you're saying is these are responsible for baseball nowadays because everybody's trying to hit the home run?
I don't know.
Well,
I think
I'd
that
say
they're
that's
really worried
probably
about
right. And I can't believe a professional athlete would not know what he's putting in his mouth.
it. Really, it was in my cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
My wife made a cake for me, and it was in there.
And I shared it with my teammates.
Yeah.
It's my wife's fault. Yeah. Make her go away. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have sent out invitations for their second wedding. They were married before.
Yeah.
They want to have a bigger
blowout.
They want to get more stuff, huh?
Leave it to Bieber. He's going to do that on September 30th in South Carolina.
Oh, by the way, what's the latest on the Tom Cruise Justin Bieber thing?
I don't know. That's a great question. You know what? They challenged each other
challenged
to a
each
boxing
other, yeah.
thing.
I would bet you Tom Cruise could take him.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Without a doubt.
How old is Cruise is in his 50s, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
he could take the Beeb without any trouble.
I'm pretty charged up because he's already put in already in the vault is the sequel to Top Gun.
Oh yeah,
It's coming out
Yeah.
next year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for that. I watch Top Gun every time it comes on.
Speaking of sequels, I was reading an article there. They're thinking about doing a reboot of Taxi.
The TV show?
Yes.
Really?
With Judd Hirsch,
Mary Lou Henner,
Danny DeVito.
There you go.
And Jim.
Tony Danza was in that
Tony
show.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
And Jim,
Yes.
what do you do when you see a yellow light?
It said, what did you say?
Slow down. What do you do?
That's great.
That's got to be one of the funniest shows.
Oh, I love
when
Taxi.
he's taking that driver's test.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what his name was Lloyd, Christopher Lloyd, isn't that the? Because he was
Yeah,
later.
he
was in
Back to the Future.
Absolutely, he was the
Yeah.
professor in that.
Yeah.
Am I right? Is that Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher
Was-
Lloyd. I
I'm
think
not
that's
sure if
right.
it was. I'm
Somebody-
not sure.
Somebody will tell me. Yeah. And I do appreciate when you set me straight by sending me a text every once in a while, Bruce. I really do. I mean, I appreciate it. I got my phone right here, and
Yeah.
people send me, "Hey, you didn't know, or you should know, or here's a suggestion," and I love that. They've come up with a lineup for Dancing with the Stars. I was not included.
Well, yeah, they're upset about one of the guys that got selected for the. I can't remember. I saw it this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got the list. You think I can? You can come up with who?
I can't remember who.
Well,
it
here's
was.
the big star that they've gone after for years and years and years. 15 years they've tried to get her, and that's Christy Brinkley.
She'll be good. She'll be very good.
She's looking very healthy. Just reporting.
Yes.
Okay. The Bachelorette, Hannah Brown, is going to be there. They got a guy that's the star of a show called Queer Eye, Karamo Brown. I have no idea who he is. He might be the guy you're talking about.
Yep.
Country singer Lauren Elena, Dawson Creek star James Vanderbeek, Ray Lewis, the linebacker,
The linebacker?
from the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He'll
he's
be
on
good.
it. Yeah.
Isn't he from East St. Louis, too?
I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe
No,
not.
I
Okay,
think you're
maybe
thinking
wrong.
somebody
Did-
else.
Okay, Christopher Lloyd did play Jim Ignatowski.
Yeah,
Jim
that's
Ignatowski.
Ignatowski, the
Yeah.
Reverend Jim.
Reverend Jim.
That's right.
He was great in that.
Did you see where Jackie Joyner Kersey's the Grand Marshal of the DuQuoin State Fair
I
Parade?
did see that yesterday.
Did not
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
No.
Yep, she's going to be the Grand Marshal.
She's a wonderful ambassador
Yes,
for
she-
East St. Louis.
yes, she is.
really is. Here's another guy. Here's a guy that maybe you're talking about in the Dancing with the Stars, NBA star and Khloe Kardashian ex-husband Lamar Odom.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't it be depressing to go through life?
As the ex-husband of
Yeah. Radio broadcaster and former husband of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
you know, Lamar Odom's like 6'11".
Yeah.
Went to
How would you dance with him?
Went to Rhode Island
Yes.
University.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How would you dance at 6'11" with somebody who's
Regular height.
5'5"?
Yeah. Well, what were you guys talking about? Somewhere it's against the law to look in the eyes of your
That was
dance partner?
yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Oregon or someplace. Some strange law.
Ohio or something
Was
like
it?
that. I don't know. Really know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yes, that's not going to happen here.
No.
Not with Lamar Odom. Former Supremes singer Mary Wilson, Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the
Really?
Stars.
She's got to be up there. She's got to be in her 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
then.
Easily.
Yeah.
This is even better. Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer.
That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy that a lot of the people that are upset about him being on Dancing
Oh,
with the
they
Stars.
just murdered him on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he took some real hits.
Yeah, that's the guy that they're upset about. Some of the people that watch the show.
Are you a
Or
fan
else.
of The Office? The
Watch
TV
it
show?
every once in a while.
The woman that plays Meredith, Kate Flannery, also going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
So there you go.
Now, I believe she is from the St. Louis area.
No,
Because I think they.
No.
Which one is from St. Louis?
two people are from St. Louis in that show. One is Jim's wife, the receptionist
Okay.
in The Office.
Okay,
she's
that's
from
who it is.
St.
Okay.
Louis, and the other person, the sort of large woman who's a salesperson in The Office.
Mm-hmm.
She was a former member of the Big Red Line. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? The cheerleaders for the St. Louis football Cardinals back in the day.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I knew there were some of the characters on The Office that had ties to St. Louis.
I think about all the Sundays that I wasted in my life.
But you know what? You can go see the
Watching
St.
the
Louis
football
Battlehawks starting in February.
Would you walk across the street to see
And is
that?
that the XFL?
That's the XFL St. Louis franchise, the Battlehawks.
I wouldn't walk across the
No,
street. Do you remember
no.
when this is a Vince McMahon thing? So I mean, it's going to be more about entertainment than it is football.
Sure. Yeah.
And remember, this is his second attempt at an XFL.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah, this
He
is
had
the
one years-
second go around. They got
First
eight
one.
teams.
Yeah, 8 teams.
8 teams.
First one, he would allow the players to decide what to put on the back of their jersey.
Yeah.
They didn't have
Yeah.
to put their
Yeah.
their name.
Yeah.
And one guy put 3 words: "He hate me."
He hate me. Yeah.
That was the back of his
Yeah.
jersey.
Hey, is the old ball coach going to coach one of the teams? Spurrier?
Nope. It's going to be well, I don't know if he's going to coach one of the teams. Jonathan Hayes is the coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Where are they going to play?
In the dome.
They're seriously going to play in the
They're
dome?
going to play in the dome.
I can't imagine they'd get a
Can't
crowd
either.
there. Do you think?
I wouldn't think so.
They're
no.
not playing at the same time as the NFL. They're playing during the summer.
They're
aren't
starting in February.
they? Okay.
So it'll be right after the Super Bowl
right
is when
after
they
the
start.
Super Bowl in the spring.
And then they'll go
Yeah.
into spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the arena
Have they
football
announced
will
anybody?
start.
Have they announced anybody that they've
No.
They've signed
No,
for this team?
no. They
so
just
they got to
announced
put the
the-
team together between now and next February,
I
or a
think,
year
I think
out.
the teams have already been put together,
Put together.
but they just haven't announced who's playing for them yet.
All right.
Because I remember them having tryouts. It's been 6 months ago
Okay.
that they run around.
I never
and
got the
invited
call on
players
that.
to tryouts.
I didn't get the
Well,
call.
you know,
Hey, here's one, and I just want to say I want to read this slowly. Okay. Tell me when we got to go to Bruce and to get
okay.
the questions.
Well, right after you get done,
This is from Plano, Texas.
then. Plano, Texas, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'd hate to be in the uppity part of Texas.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut is changing things up with its fried chicken pizza.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
One dish includes a pizza topped with fried chicken,
You want a handkerchief so you can dry the tears that's running
Bacon.
down your cheek?
red onion, bell peppers, cheese, covered in ranch dressing.
Pass the box of Kleenexes over here. He's in bad shape.
I'm trying not to sob.
He is, man.
The other
I
is-
tell you what I'd like. I'd like to have a big old chicken and waffle pizza. Instead of a regular crust, you just have a big old waffle.
Well, you got to go to IHOP. They've got chicken and waffles
I know, but I
with
want
honey or syrup.
Well, I got to have some hot sauce with it, though.
Hot sauce?
You got to have
Yeah.
some hot sauce mixed in with that syrup. We digress.
The other,
Anyway.
the other is fried chicken bites, bacon, jalapenos, melted mozzarella, and a drizzle of spicy mayo.
That's Mike preparing his next
Oh,
meal on the
yes.
diet.
I'm on day 4 of the extreme diet. Things are going well.
He's not
Will-
gotten
will
as
you
surly
make
as
day
I
5?
thought he'd be.
I've been pretty good about it. I haven't
Going
been
to Rotary
surly.
today.
I'm going to Rotary today, and I'm going to sit at a
They're
table
having
and watch.
fried chicken, aren't they?
No, I don't think
Drink
so.
a glass of water and watch everybody else eat.
I keep it's 8 ounces. I got to be able to measure it with the palm of my hand.
Just make sure you have a napkin.
I'm going to
handy
palm a
when
bunch
you
of
start
meat.
drooling.
I'm going to walk up, put my palm on about 8 pieces
Is
of
it
meat.
8 ounces at a time? Or
Yes.
just 8 ounces a
That's
week?
the only. This is going to be my lean and green meal. That means it's going to be the only real meal of the day for me. The rest of it is coming out of a packet or a blender. Or,
Tofu and
oh, no tofu. Don't do that to me. No tofu.
Tofurkey.
Oh,
There you go. There's your
Turkey bacon.
Thanksgiving meal. Actually, turkey bacon is pretty good.
I tell you what, my dogs, they've got those little bacon treats, that faux bacon.
You're
Yeah.
eating those, aren't you?
Just about last night.
All right, Bruce.
Okay,
Let's get
question.
some trivia.
Here we go. What is the capital of the North Star State? These are all multiple choice, by the way.
All right.
What is the capital of the North Star State?
All right.
Who was the first president to live in the White House?
Ooh. Okay.
Which Beatles album, this is easy, which Beatles album cover features the band crossing a road at a zebra crossing?
Chipmunks sing the Beatles.
Yeah. What were the first names of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the original story?
Oh, these
Ooh,
are hard.
that is a tough one.
Canadian Marcellus Edson patented which food item in 1884? If you already own Atlantic and Vintner Avenue in Monopoly. What is the property you need to complete the
this
set?
is good.
Wow.
It's been a while since I've done Monopoly.
What direction does the Statue of Liberty face?
I have a pretty good idea on that one. That's about the only one I have an idea on.
According to Forbes' list of highest paid athletes in 2019, the top earner comes from which sport?
Okay.
What happened? This is Roman numerals. What happened in the year written MCM XLIX?
I missed that whole segment when I was in grade
I'll give you a
school.
hint. M is 1,000, C is 100, L is 50, X is 10, and I is 1. Which fast food chain introduced the Baconator? This is for you, Mike.
Oh,
in
I know that one.
2007.
I know that one.
What would I do for a Baconator? Even if it was faux bacon.
And that's the 10 questions.
Wow,
We'll
Bruce,
be
you
back.
he brought some heat here.
He did.
We'll be back with more trivia and other things on Morning Coffee after this break.
You decide because you know where you belong. Wabash Christian Village in Carmi for short-term inpatient rehab. You decide because you know where you belong. You decide. Wabash Christian Village in Carmi, Grace Point Rehab, 382-4644.
Take a break from cooking this week and let Gotzi's Restaurant in Carmi cook for you. You can buy a $10 gift certificate for only $7 at the Big Deal Store on WFIWradio.com.
Tired of high-priced service calls? At Finley's Refrigeration, I take pride in answering all calls and giving prompt, courteous 24-hour emergency service. We service all brands and will install high-quality new equipment to keep your home or business comfortable all year round. We accept all major credit cards, checks, and cash. Save yourself a lot of money and a lot of heartache today by calling or texting Finley's Refrigeration for all your cooling and heating needs at 618-599-9888. That's 618-599-9888.
Fitton Auction Service will have a public auction Saturday, August 24th at 9 a.m. just west of Edwards County School in Albion, Silver James Eason. There will be home furnishings including a queen-size bed, antiques including a Haywood Wakefield chest of drawers, oak hall seat, Marshall pottery, 3-gallon churn, Pyrex bowls, and more. Tools include a portable electric cement mixer and a Mercury 5-horsepower outboard motor. Be held Saturday, August 24th at 9 a.m. Fitton Auction Service, Harvey Fenton, auctioneer.
Essential oils have stood the test of time. Join Sarah Benton, Young Living Essential Oils Educator at Steph's Coffee Shop in Milshows, Saturday, August 24th from 4 to 6 p.m. to learn about what oils complement each body system. Essential oils do not take the place of traditional health care, but come learn ways they may enhance it. Saturday, August 24th, 4 to 6 p.m. at Steph's in Milshows. The class is free. The knowledge is priceless.
Sports Talk is back for a new season starting August 24th on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Hi, it's Mark Turner. You won't want to miss it as we talk with area coaches about their teams each week. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the big stories from the national sports scene. It's all on Sports Talk starting Saturday, August 24th at 9 a.m. on WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. We'll see you then. WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. As we do every Thursday at this time, Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler on the phone. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
I see you didn't float away last night.
I did not.
So, for those folks out there who did get some flooding problems last night, got anything on the lot that will float?
That's kind of that's too much scientific stuff for me. I don't, with the buoyancy and all that water displacement.
Well, what was? Remember the cars they used to have that you could drive into the water back in the 50s?
Yes, the AMSA car.
Okay. So they don't make anything like that, but you do have some vehicles on the lot, and I'm talking about those big Jeeps that are rated to go through some floodwaters if you have to.
If you have a trail-rated Jeep, yes, they are rated to transverse. I can't remember the exact inches, maybe 19 inches of water or something, but yes, they are capable of that. But
all right,
I guess we really can't publicly, endorse driving through backwater or nothing.
Well, that's true.
To turn around, don't drown.
All right. So, Summer of Jeep does continue, though, and you've got some great deals on some remaining 18s.
Yes, we've got a few 18s left. We've got some service demos, and I believe I've got one of them is even a Wrangler, a loaded Wrangler Sahara that we've got marked down a little over $8,000. So that's some pretty big savings on a new Wrangler. Take advantage of that.
And of course, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tuesday on some used vehicles. We've got a nice selection of used up here. We've got some GM certified used cars. I think we've got a 17 Enclave, an 18 Silverado, a 17 Terrain, and a 17 Traverse. These all have to have a clean vehicle history. They're lower mileage, and they go through a little more extensive inspection than normal, but you also get some extra factory warranty when you go with a certified used. So we've got a selection of those there.
And of course, you're the place to get a pickup truck if you need one.
Well, yes, and speaking of trucks, maybe somebody needs a good used pickup or a good farm truck. But we traded for this thing. It's a 2014 Silverado. It's a half-ton truck, four-wheel drive. It's a regular cab, 8-foot bed. It's got a few miles on it. It was a fleet truck, but, man, it has been very well maintained. V8 power equipment, 4x4, knee-deep in rubber, but I think we've got that thing priced at $12,972.
That would make a great work truck for somebody.
It should.
All right. Of course, all the inventory online at LeMansOnline.com. And you've also got some special online-only deals going on, too, don't you?
We've got a lot of the stuff. A lot of our used vehicles do have special online pricing, and our new ones. We've got all of our new ones discounted down online as well.
All right, Sheldon, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you Monday morning. Have a great weekend.
All right, you guys have a great weekend. Hey,
all
you
right.
too.
Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show. Fairfield area weather forecast calling for sunshine, or rather 80% chance for showers today, high of 80. 30% chance for showers tonight with the low 65. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 80. And for Saturday, mostly sunny, the high 75. Overnight low 69, yesterday's high 89. Over 3.5 inches of rainfall overnight in Fairfield. Currently, humidity at 100%. Winds from the south-southwest at 4 miles an hour. Pressure at 29.98. Overcast skies right now, 69 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And that rain moving up from the southwest continues to move. It's in the far western edges of Wayne County at the present time. Do want to remind you about flooding at Safe Haven. No classes today, and also Feed My Sheep Soup Kitchen closed today because of flooding. And don't forget that boil water order continues on West Main from the Wayne County Fairgrounds to Ron's Body Shop in Fairfield. And it's time for the trivia.
Okay, guys, here we go. What is the capital of the North Star State?
I thought North Star must indicate that it's Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
No?
St. Paul.
Oh,
St. Paul, Minnesota. Yeah, of course it is.
They're in the same place.
Oh.
It's like Bloomington,
It's
Normal.
across the river from each other.
It's
Twin
like
cities.
Bloomington,
You
Normal.
can't argue with him. He's right.
Yeah, he's right.
Who was the first president to live in the White House?
I'm going to say John Quincy Adams.
I'm going to go with, I don't know, George Washington.
John Quincy's father.
John Adams, okay.
I knew it was an Adams. Give me. We're getting close, but we're not getting the cigar here.
Which Beatles album cover features the band crossing the road at a zebra crossing?
Abbey Road.
Abbey Road.
That's right.
What were the first names of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the original story?
You got me.
Bob and Tom.
No. Henry and Edward.
Okay.
Should know that.
Canadian Marcellus Edson patented which food item in 1884?
His name again was?
Marcellus Edson.
The cheese powder in macaroni and cheese boxes.
As good a guess as I've got.
That's all I got.
Peanut butter.
Really? That
Yes.
came from
I thought it was
Canada?
George Washington Carver.
No, he came up with all things that you could use a peanut for, but
Okay.
this guy in Canada came up with peanut
Son of a gun. I would have thought someone from Georgia, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah, I would have too. If you already own Atlantic and Vintner Avenue in Monopoly, what property do you need to complete the set?
How about North Carolina?
No, I don't think it's a state.
Okay.
I don't know.
Marvin Gardens.
Marvin Gardens.
I
okay.
should have known that.
That was
Okay.
a great NBA player from the
Yes.
1960s.
Yes, he was.
6'11".
Marvin Gardens.
Yeah, 6'11". It takes a little of that enhancement medicine.
What direction does the Statue of Liberty face?
I'm going to have to guess that it's pointed to the east so you can see it as it comes into the harbor.
I'm going to think
Southeast.
south. I was going to say south.
All right.
Southeast. According to Forbes' list of highest paid athletes in 2019, the top earner comes from which sport?
Soccer.
I'm going to say basketball. I'm going to say LeBron.
Soccer. Lionel Messi, 127 million.
Oh, a year?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
No baseball player made the list,
Yeah, they're really
despite
underpaid.
of their high salaries. Yeah,
They're really underpaid.
Okay. What happened in the year written MCMLXIX?
What happened in that year?
What happened in that year?
Did we
You want me to
go
give
from
you
1999 to 2000?
you want me to give you the choices?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Assassination of JFK,
Okay.
Apollo 11 moon landing,
Okay.
sinking of the Titanic, Columbus discovered America.
I'm going with the Apollo moon landing.
I'm going to go to the sinking of the Titanic.
You're right. That's 1969. Written
So that
in
was, and it's on the
Roman
it's on the
numerals.
little thing that's on the moon, the
Right.
plaque, right?
Well, what I based it on was I knew 1969. I heard you say IX. For
Yeah.
the last two.
That's
I was like,
nine.
hey, that's nine.
That's
man. I was
nine.
like,
Yeah.
so-
Okay, Mark or Mike. Which fast food chain introduced the Baconator in 2007?
Is that Burger King?
I will have a Frosty with that, please.
Very good.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
And that's the trivia.
You had to end on a food item, didn't you, Bruce?
Yes.
You're a cruel man,
That was
Bruce
done on
Reeves.
purpose, wasn't it?
It was.
Thank you for joining us, Bruce
I
Reeves.
enjoy it.
We always enjoy having you. Thank you for coming here, and thank you for being here and listening to this radio station. That's Morning Coffee, and we'd like to see you again tomorrow. Be here.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in Wayne City. Visit Boyd Mattress Center and take a rest test. 20 models on display. 895-3000.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. The Iranian tanker at the center of a face-off with the U.S. has one less place to go. The Greek foreign minister telling French media it has not requested a docking permit in Greece and anyways too big to access any Greek dock. Meanwhile, an unveiling in Tehran.
What Iran says is a new Iranian-built missile defense system capable of recognizing 100 long-range targets at a time and confronting them with 6 different weapons. This coming 2 months after Iran shot down a U.S. drone.
Fox's Simon Owen. The American charged with killing a hotel worker in the Caribbean goes to court today. Scott Hapgood saying he acted in self-defense.
Hapgood returns to Anguilla for a procedural hearing today. The prosecution is requesting an adjournment of the case to give them more time to prepare.
Fox's David Lee Miller, the defense attorney, says the victim's toxicology